Every day begins with a need to move with purpose, to shop without stress, to send without fear, to pay without delay. For every rider chasing time, for every home that needs restocking, for every voice that needs connection, for every dream that needs delivery. Now, one app brings it all together.
Supercab, move smart, ride safe, supermarket, groceries, gadgets, everything. Supercash, airtime, bills, transfers, done. Super logistics, fast, secure, right to your door.
It's more than an app. It's your movement, your market, your money, your connection, all in one place. Supergo, one app for services endless. Download Supergo today. Live free, live fast, live smart.
No time to shop, no stress. With Supergo, your groceries comes to you. Partner with trusted vendors, verified stores, no delay, no excuses, just values. Supergo Supermarket, your market now in your hands. With Supergo, your ride is comfortable, easy and convenient. Supergo is more than an app. It's a movement, moving people, powering threats, delivering value.
I fit fund my wallet sharp, send money go any bank, do all my transactions inside.
We launched Supergo yesterday in Yola. Now available in Taraba and Adamawa, and we're covering 36 states before 2026. Download Supergo today, Nigeria's first lifestyle app.
Supergo, move, buy, pay, live.
Africa, a land of growth, rhythm, and resilience.
Where every thread of the fabric tells a story.
Every beat of the drum echoes heritage.
And every voice carries the soul of generation.
We are Africa, bold, beautiful, and timeless. At Sun TV, we don't just tell African stories.
We celebrate it in every color, sound, and tradition.
From the past that shaped us
to the future we proudly define.
Sun TV, Africa, seen, heard, celebrated. Sun TV, cause of the nation.
good morning, viewers. You're welcome to this beautiful morning. This is Sun TV coming to you live from Jalingo, the Taraba State capital. Welcome to Morning Show. This is a show every morning where we look at what is happening across the nation and across the world. We review the papers of the day and look at what are the trending things and also try to get your contribution. This is a very interesting time to live in as a Nigerian, as a lot are actually happening. My name is Olayinka Gabriel, and I'm going to be your host for this morning's edition. I believe that we're going to be having a wonderful time together because there are a lot on the cover page of today's paper, and we're going to be looking at it together, and we're going to be reviewing them together because we need to know what is happening, and we need to know what we can do. All of us are people of the same nation, so you will also have the opportunity to contribute and let's know your view about some of the things that we'll be looking at today in our paper. So welcome to Morning Show. So without much ado, we are going to go straight to begin to look at what are the things that are making the headline in today's paper. So we will be looking at what are the major issues, what are the things that we need to learn, and what are the things that are there for us. Okay, starting this morning is Leadership newspaper. I'm going to start with Leadership newspaper, and the Leadership is going to be our first paper today. Petrol import rose to 52.1 liters per day in November. That is according to the regulation, that is NNPC. I think kudos to Nigeria for raising the number of our importation of crude oil to about 52. It is said that this is one of the highest in the history of Nigeria since about 32 years. There are a lot of headlines on the Leadership this morning. Federal Inland Revenue Service, French tax agency partner on digital transformation. The Federal Inland Revenue Service of Nigeria, alongside the French tax agency, they have been able to synergize some partnership in terms of digitalization of our tax system. As you are aware, 2026, Nigeria will begin the implementation of the new tax system. And one very important thing in the 2026 implementation of the new tax system is the fact that there are a lot of provisions of the new tax system that require a lot of digitization, because though there is so many things that we would say will be good for the tax system of Nigeria, because particularly for the low-income tax or low-income earners, because a lot of exemptions have been granted, but for this to hold, there is need for Nigeria to ensure that so many of the tax law are digitalized, because there will be a lot of laws that will require what is your total income, what was your actual income. Reaction as Tinubu ordered Ribadu to arm forest guards. Reaction as Tinubu orders Ribadu to arm forest guard. There have been trailing of reaction across the country by the order given by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, when he has ordered for the forest guards to be armed. So reaction trail the order by the Ribadu. What do you think? We would like to know what you think about some of these things in the comment section. Do you think the forest guards should be armed or not? Or so any of the platforms that you are watching us from, be it on Facebook or on Twitter or on the, YouTube or on our Decoder channel, let's know what you feel about this. Should our forest guard be armed, or we shouldn't arm our forest guard? This is some of the things we would like you to comment on today. Tinubu raised panel to pay 1.5 trillion debt on 2,000 contractors. You will see that on page 22 of today's leadership. Yesterday at the Federal Executive Council meeting, the president set up a committee that is led by the Minister of Finance, Egun, in which the president ordered them to think of how the federal government can source and pay about 2,000 contractors. We know that there have been a lot of kiosks in the country. We have a lot of contractors who have done services, some who have made supply, who were not paid. In fact, there was a dramatic incident that happened, I think, at the Federal Secretariat, Abuja, in which some contractor brought coffee in front of the State Secretariat and were beating drum and were dancing. So yesterday, one of the highlights of yesterday's Federal Executive Council was that the president set up a committee which has representative of some of these MDAs, in which this committee were meant to look at these over 2,000 contractors that were not paid, and for them to suggest and look for means to raise funds to be able to settle some of these issues. If you look at the down of leadership, there is issue of the Taraba Chief Judge lamenting about the withdrawal of police from the judges. We saw at the swearing in of Neutron Public, the Chief Judge of Taraba State, talking about Justice Philibus Aga, lamented about the withdrawal of police from judges. He said this idea will expose the judges to some threats. But let's go with this story, let's go to the Tribune. I think the Tribune give us a very more insight into the issue of the withdrawal of police, because the major headline on the Tribune is Tinubu insists on withdrawal of police escort from VIP. Direct minister to contact IGP, get presidential clearance when necessary. Senators raise question over directive. Yesterday, a mini drama happened on the floor of the Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, where Senator Abdullahi Ningi said that he just woke up this morning and was that morning of yesterday and was informed that his police oddly has been withdrawn. He said if his own police is going to be withdrawn, then the police attached to the vice president, the police attached to the president should also be withdrawn. So yesterday there was a mid-drama at the Senate. Also, there was a trending audio video by a renowned Nobel Prize winner talking about Professor Wallace Soyinka, in which he said he was at a hotel in Ikoyi, Lagos, and he saw a scene that looked like a drama scene. And he said while he was standing thinking about what was happening, a young man walked up to him and greeted him. He said there are about 20 to 30 police and police officer with that particular young man. And the young man happened to be the son of the president, talking about Sheikh Tinubu. And the professor made a mini joke where he said the president don't need to send a troop to Benin Republic to clear the juntas that are threatening coup, that he should just send Sheikh and his troop to that place. So what do you think about the issue of withdrawal of police from the VIPs? Should police be withdrawn? Sorry. For the VIP. Let's take a quick commercial break. We'll come back now.
Africa, a land of growth, rhythm, and resilience.
Where every thread of the fabric tells a story,
Every beat of the drum echoes heritage.
and every voice carries the soul of generation.
We are Africa. Oh, beautiful and timeless. At Sun TV, we don't just tell African stories.
We celebrate it in every color, sound, and tradition.
From the past that shaped us.
To the future we proudly define.
Sun TV, Africa, seen, heard, celebrated. Sun TV, cause of the nation.
Every day begins with a need to move with purpose, to shop without stress, to send without fear, to pay without delay. For every rider chasing time, for every home that needs restocking, for every voice that needs connection, for every dream that needs delivery. Now, one app brings it all together.
Supercab, move smart, ride safe, supermarket, groceries, gadgets, everything. Super cash, airtime, bills, transfers, done. Super logistics, fast, secure, right to your door.
It's more than an app. It's your movement, your market, your money, your connection, all in one place. Supergo, one app for services endless. Download Supergo today. Live free, live fast, live smart.
No time to shop, no stress. With Supergo, your groceries comes to you. We partner with trusted vendors, verified stores, no delay, no excuses, just values. Supergo Supermarket, your market now in your hands. With Supergo, your ride is comfortable, easy, and convenient. Supergo is more than an app. It's a movement, moving people, powering threats, delivering value.
Okay, you're welcome back to Morning Show on Sun TV. I remain your host today, Olayinka Gabriel, and we've been talking about should the Tinubu withdraw police escort from VIPs or not. We'd like to hear your view on the comment section, particularly against the background that this idea have received a lot of condemnation, particularly from the VIP themselves. So let's hear what you feel about this. Okay, let's look at other headline on the Tribune. Adeleke emerged Accord Party candidate for 2026 Osun governorship election. As we are aware, recently the current governor of Osun State, talking about Adeleke, he left the People's Democratic Party, according to him, because of the crisis that is happening in the PDP. And he has joined the Accord Party. And Accord Party has already given him the governorship ticket to contest election under its platform. So Adeleke has emerged as the candidate of Accord Party for 2026 governorship election. There are other headlines on Osun 2026, Tinubu meet APC governorship candidate, insists on party supremacy. Candidates may emerge through consensus. Onishore absent in the meeting. Yesterday, we saw President Bola Ahmed Tinubu met with some of the governorship candidates of the APC at the government at the presidential villa, Abuja. And in that meeting, one of the things that the governor said was that one of the things that the governor said was that what the president said was that it should be that the people should be able to unite and close rank. As we know, there have been some front and back. The next election, if I'm not mistaken, is going to be the Osun election. And Osun is one of the states that is not controlled by the APC. So the meeting yesterday by the president, and he also, the meeting also brought together some major stakeholders of the APC in Osun State, where the governor asked them to close rank and respect the party's supremacy. So we are hoping that maybe when they get back from Abuja, we don't know what is going to happen. But one notable thing that happened yesterday was that one of the serious contender to the office of the governor of Osun State, talking about the former deputy governor and the former secretary of the APC, talking about Onishore, was conspicuously absent at that meeting. And we all know that he's one of the serious contender to the office of the Osun State, because at last election where he contested, he came second in that particular race. In fact, the race went to what we call rerun. There was a rerun in that election, particularly in Ife area where Onishore came from. So, so many will have believed that Onishore is one of the persons that stand a greater chance to win Osun for the APC. But initially, what we heard was that the screening committee disqualified Onishore from that race. And yesterday also, we noticed that Onishore was not around at that critical meeting that was held by the president and the people. Also present in that meeting was the APC chairman of, that is the APC national chairman was present. We also saw at that meeting the secretary to the government of the federation, talking about George Akume. He was present at that particular meeting. Also present at that meeting was Governor Hope Uzodinma, who is the chairman of the Progressive Governors Forum. So it was actually a meeting of who is who in APC yesterday. So let's see how that particular meeting is going to turn out to, and whether it's going to eventually produce a consensus candidate for Osun State for the APC. We also have other headline on the Tribune this morning. First commercial flight landed in Ekiti Airport. Congratulations to the people of Ekiti State. We saw yesterday that the first aircraft, that is first commercial aircraft, already there is a cargo airplane in Ekiti. And yesterday we saw that the first commercial aircraft landed. So the governor of the state, talking about Adebayo, Fayose, Fayemi, Oni, others, they allowed Oyebanji. According to Oyebanji, this project of the Ekiti Airport started from his previous president, started from previous governors, in which they were the one that started a cargo airplane, where terminals, runways, and some of those essential things in the airport was built. and later he was able to seek regulatory authority, build the towers, install equipment, and yesterday the historic flight, commercial flight took place and in Ekiti. So, you know, a lot of people ask how viable the airport will be, but I think talking about Ekiti, the closest airport to Ekiti is Akure, and people who travel within those axes of Ekiti have to go to Akure. Some will have to come to Kwara, that is Ilorin. Others will have to come to Ibadan or Lagos before they can connect to a commercial flight. So I think it's a win-win for the people of Ekiti State for this laudable. That is it. Ekiti Agro Align International Cargo Airport, where the first plane landed, and you could see passengers who made that historic first flight to Ekiti, and for them that is history, and congratulations to the people of Ekiti State for this laudable achievement. Okay, let's go to the Daily Sun this morning, our next paper, Daily Sun. Tinubu Senate fight over police withdrawal order. President tell IG to ensure full enforcement of directives. Lawmaker angry, seek exemption from order. President direct minister to obtain presidential clearance for police escort. You know, that means that for everybody who will have to get a police escort, he must get the approval of the president. Okay, so this is one of the things we've been talking about today. We really want to know your comments, and we want to know what is your view about this withdrawal. That is what we will be looking at later on, that we're going to be sharing some of your view. So whatever medium you are joining us from, we would like you to comment, should police be withdrawn from the VIP or not? That is what we will be looking at later on when we enter the discussion segment of Morning Show. We would like to know what is your view about that. Should police escort be withdrawn from the VIPs? We would like to know what you think about that particular decision, because it's receiving a front and back argument why the Senate are saying they should get exempted, because statistics shows that over 100,000 police are attached to VIPs across the country, which is actually a very huge number. 100,000 policemen is a huge number. Is there some people, because we've seen the Chief Judge of Taraba State also lamented the withdrawal of police from the judges, saying that will make the judges more vulnerable. But the country is talking about replacing them with civil defense and all that. Is that a good alternative arrangement? So we'd like to know what you think about this matter. Should police be withdrawn from the VIP? Please send in your comment, and later on we are going to look at them, and we are going to take those your comment. Okay, looking at the Sun this morning, there are other headlines on the Sun. Insecurity quarrel, NRC role in religions tolerance, peace building, can push for more collaboration. President furious over non-payment of contract set up panel. We've looked at that in other papers. Why federal government won't interfere in high domestic air fares. That is according to Keyamo. Currently, we have seen that the cost of airplane in Nigeria is so expensive. Yesterday I checked how much it would cost to come to Jalingo from Abuja via overland, and it's over 300,000. For you to come to Jalingo via overland, which is approximately about 45 minutes, 45 minutes flight at worst, if the plane is cruising at a lower altitude, let's give it a 1 hour flight. A 1 hour flight from Abuja to Jalingo is costing 350,000 via overland. And this is not just about a particular airline. I'm just using that as an example, being the only flight that comes into Jalingo. But across the country, from Abuja to Lagos, the lowest you could find now is 200, 250, particularly if you are booking that day. And going to Enugu, from Abuja, from Lagos to Yola, you spend close to 400,000 from Abuja, from Lagos to Yola. So, but the Minister of Aviation this morning said the federal government will not be able to do anything. But I feel the federal government should be able to do something, because what really is the major cause of this hike? Is it aviation fuel? Is it cost of landing? Is it operational costs? Is it cost of maintenance of airplane? What really is the major cause of this major hike? Because another thing is, it may be because if that market is not regulated, we all know that Nigerians many a times take advantage of our situation, because it is obvious that the level of air traveling has greatly increased, because we all know that a lot of people are scared of using the road. So that makes a lot of people to be using plane for traveling. So is it because of the large number of people trying to use flight for their journey that is causing this high price? I think the government needs to look at it. And what do you think also? I think the government needs to look at this. So for the Minister of Aviation, Barrister Keyamo, to say federal government cannot intervene, I think it's not fair to the citizens of Nigeria. I think something can be done about this particular matter. Okay, Ogun Governor, President meets aspirant, Osun Governor, President meets aspirant, apply for unity, consensus, and building. We have seen that already. But there is a very interesting theory on the front page of today's Sun, which is another interesting story for me, which is CAC calm down threats. 1.6 million POS operator triggers stakeholders uproar. CAC calm down threatening 1.8 million POS operator triggers stakeholders uproar. We saw the Corporate Affairs Commission has ordered POS operators to register with the Corporate Affairs Commission, either as a limited liability company or as a registered business, that is, as a business name. And they are targeting, currently it is estimated that Nigeria has about 1.8 million POS operators. You know, the cost of this registration range from 20,000 to 100,000, depending on the type of registration that you want to do. But it's obvious that starting from 2026, POS operators who does not have a CAC license are going to be cracked down, and they are going to face a lot of trouble. Because for me, we should be able to find maybe a better regulation, because the POS operation has really helped, particularly on bankable areas. Today, in those days, I used to remember when salary is paid, you will see from some of these villages, one person will have to carry about 20 to 30 POS, 20 to 30 ATM cards, and come to the village and come to the city to come and make withdrawals and take it back to the people in the village. That was the experience of Nigeria some 5, 6, or 7 years, let me say about 7 to 8 years ago. Nigerians will have to come down to places like, particularly people who are staying in remote areas. They will have to come down to the city. Sometimes they will gather transportation and give it to one individual who will come to the city on their behalf. But today, virtually in every town, in every city, in every locality, in every hamlet, even if you don't have a closed bank, you are going to have a POS operator. And I think for me, the disadvantage that a lot of Nigerians are talking about the advantage has overshadowed the disadvantage, because it has made a lot of Nigerians who have bank account. Because I listened to the Senate sitting, particularly the comment made by the former governor of Edo State, talking about Senator Adam Oshomole, where he said the fintech are the one that is majorly used to scam people. Yeah, we all know that such incidences are happening, but for me, there are pockets of incidents compared to the generality of over 100 million of Nigerians who have had access to now funds, to ATM cards, to POS withdrawal. So if we make this comparison, we are going to realize that the number of people whom this thing has helped is more than the number of people who has been scammed. So we must be able to put a balance. I believe that there are things that this Corporate Affairs Commission could do. There could be a special registration for POS operators, so that, because how much does these people actually make per day? Before you could make 5,000 in a day, I know the number of transactions you might have made, because most of these people charge 100 to 200 naira for 100 to 200 naira withdrawal. So how many 10,000 to 20,000 withdrawal? They charge about 100 naira to 200. How many 10,000 withdrawal will you make before you even make 5,000 naira? Some of these people still have family, they have relatives, they have people they are feeding on this. So I think the federal government and the Corporate Affairs Commission need to still look at this policy very well, so that we will not, at the cost of trying to regulate, inflict suffering on Nigerians. So I call on the federal government and the Corporate Affairs Commission to look carefully at this issue and be able to come up with a more robust solution. Okay, let's look at other papers of today before we go on commercial break and look at other matters in this today's morning show. Let's look at the Liberty. The Liberty said 1.3 trillion, 556.84 billion, 1 million allegedly stolen in 100 high-profile corruption case. That is according to a report. And on top of the Liberty this morning, Senate probe 15 billion safe school fund and 6.2 billion police allocation. This is as a result of the consistent threats to our school. There is this project called Safe School Project, in which this fund is expected to provide some level of security to our schools. But despite this about 15 billion naira fund, the level of insecurity in our schools has been very alarming. So it is a good decision that the Senate should probe this particular fund, because sometimes some of these funds that are meant to better the lives of Nigerians are being diverted to some individuals. If you look at also on top of Liberty, we won't allow criminal to dictate pace of event in Kaduna. That is according to Governor Sani. We won't allow criminals to dictate pace of event in Kaduna. That is according to the governor of the state. Then on the same Liberty newspaper this morning, Benue IDP camp revelation, U.S. lawmaker Rep. Bayas, APC chieftain, and Bashiru. Because we saw that the U.S. Representative, the congressman, visited Benue, and he ascertained or he alleged that over 600,000 Christians are IDPs in Benue State. 600,000 is actually a very huge number. So no going back on directives to withdraw police officer from VIP. This is the matter we are looking at today. Let's know your comment. Federal government order MDAs to defer 70% of 2026 capital budget to 2026. That is 70% of the capital budget in 2025 budget has been deferred to 2026. That is according to Liberty this morning. Okay, let's also look at the Mirror. Our next paper this morning is the Daily Mirror. And the Daily Mirror has some of the headline we already have gotten. 24 hours after opting for Accord, Adeleke win party's governorship tickling. Explain why he left the PDP. That is the magic of Nigeria. 24 hours after he joined the party, he matched the candidate of the party. And the issue of no going back directive to withdraw police officer is on the front page also of the Minor. So please, we want to know what you think about this matter. So let's know what you think about this matter of police. Because when we come back, we are going to be looking at that after we have looked at the Taraba News. Okay, don't go away. So, Sun TV Morning Show will continue.
Africa, a land of roots, rhythm, and resilience.
Where every thread of the fabric tells a story,
Every beat of the drum echoes heritage.
and every voice carries the soul of generation.
We are Africa, bold, beautiful, and timeless. At Sun TV, we don't just tell African stories.
We celebrate it in every color, sound, and tradition.
From the past that shaped us.
To the future we proudly define.
Sun TV, Africa, seen, heard, celebrated. Sun TV, cause of the nation. Sound TV.
Okay, you're welcome back on the commercial break we just went to. If you are just joining us, this is Some TV coming to you live from Jalingo, Taraba State. And I remain your host for today, Olayinka Gabriel. Thank you for being with us on this morning show. We are on another segment of the show, particularly where we come back home to look at what is happening in Taraba State and its environment. And usually this is the segment where we review Taraba newspaper, a daily newspaper that is being published by Taraba News, which is a sister organization of the Sun TV. So welcome to this interesting part of the show. Now let's look at the major headline of today's paper. And it says, Taraba revives heritage with Grand 2022 Cultural Day celebration. That is on page 2 of Taraba News of today. Okay, let's look at some of the things on this particular paper of today, talking about that. This Taraba State is set to revive its cultural identity with a grand celebration of the 2022 Cultural Day, an annual show designed to honor traditional creativity and youthful excellence that define the state. The event, organized by the Office of the Special Assistant to the Governor on Art and Culture in partnership with the Office of the First Lady, will take place on December 13, 2022 at Mumuye Cultural House, Mile 6, Jalingo, beginning by 10 a.m. As part of preparation for the festival, the Special Assistant on Art and Culture, Honorable Tubasinde Iyanko, popularly known as Eptopsy, paid a courtesy visit to Mr. Olayinka Moturayo, CEO of Taraba News and Taraba Business School. The visit saw the endorsement and extension of official invitation to the Cultural Day. Olayinka, a recognized figure, Taraba business community, pledged his support and confirmed his attendance, described Cultural Day as a vital platform for strengthening unity and advancing cultural preservation across the state. His involvement underscored the growing collaboration between government, private organizations, and cultural advocates. The 2023 edition of the Cultural Day will also feature the Youth Achievement Award, where several young Tarabians will be recognized for their innovation, creativity, and contribution to community development. Organizers say honor you during the cultural festival reinforce the message that Taraba heritage is not only to be preserved, but also carried forward by the new generation. The event will highlight the richness of Taraba culture, diversity with performance, traditional fashion, storytelling, dance, arts, display, and music from ethical groups such as the Mumuye, the Jukun, the Kuteb, the Mambila, the Tiv, the Wurkun, the Inche, and many others. According to the planner, the team cultural is designed to strengthen unity, promote culture, pride, and reconnect community. Stakeholders, culture enthusiasts, traditional leaders, youth group, and members of the public are expected to attend the grand event, which its organizers say reflect Taraba ongoing commitment to cultural revival and community identity. Now that is the highlight of what is inside the paper today. And we are privileged to have the man behind the whole idea in the studio today. I have with me in the studio Honorable Tubasidi Vayanko, who is popularly known as Eptopsy. Eptopsy, you're welcome to Sun TV.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Good to have you.
Thank you, sir.
You are dressing in really the cultural attire.
This is a Jukun attire, and it's a symbol of unity. When you see the Jukun people, we always love peace and unity.
Okay, let's talk about this event. What is this event all about?
Taraba Cultural Day is all about culture. When I say it's all about culture, I'm talking about how cultures moves in our lives. Culture is the collective identity of the people. When I talk about culture is the collective identity of the people, you cannot hide your identity as a Yoruba man, as a Jukun man, as a Fulani man, as a TV man, and a Mumuye man or a Jenjo man, and etc. You cannot hide your identity. The main reasons why we are going into this is to revive and to promote the cultural heritage of Taraba State, because culture is the way of life.
Okay, so what are we expecting at this particular event?
What we are expecting in this particular event, first of all, we're expecting the revival. When I'm talking about the revival, we're expecting how we can promote all cultural identity in Taraba State. Like the Mumuye, they will come out and display their own culture so that our traditional rulers will be respected beyond reasonable imagination. You know, like I always said, politics reduce the capacity of our traditional rulers. But this time around, we are working tirelessly for them to understand that culture is beyond political movement. Culture can build and unite people together. When we come together through this program now, the Kute people will be there, the Chamba people will be there, the Jukun people will be there, the Janjo people will be there, the Kaka and other tribes from Gembu will be there, and all of them will be there to showcase their cultural identity. And this is part of the moving forward that we are talking about. When we are talking about the moving forward, we should look beyond creativity, initiatives that we can support the administration. So my ideas towards Taraba Cultural Day is to move Taraba forward through culture, is to move Taraba forward through rising the ancestors. When I said rising the ancestors, you know, all this traditional of a thing is built by spiritual fathers, by spiritual movements. So if you're not well spiritual, you have to be afraid of cultures, because culture are full of idols. You understand? When I'm talking about idols, you know, you can see things by yourself. When you are there, you can see it, because all what is going there is full of magic. It's full of magic. What is going to happen on Saturday is totally full of magic. If you are not man enough, you cannot endure some of the creativity and some of the spiritual incantation that will go on. Because me, I believe culture keep us alive, culture keep us strong, culture unite us, and then culture protect us.
Okay, Taraba is known to be one of the states with diverse culture. I think from experience, Taraba has one of the highest number of ethnic group in Nigeria. So what do you see this event going to do in bringing all these people together? What is events targeting at?
Culture brings people together by creating a shared sense of belongings. So when I'm talking about this now, we are coming together at that moment, at that hour, so that we can tell the world that Taraba State in particular is a tourism center. When I'm talking about tourism center, you can go to Mambila Plateau, the Gembu. You believe that Taraba State is a tourism center. And how can we tell the world that Taraba State is a tourism center? Is by organizing this kind of program, so that all cultural heritage, all cultural identity, all the cultures we have in Taraba State, the Fulani, the Hausa, the Genjo, the Kuteb, Chukun, will be there performing their cultural tropes. And it will promote the state. And it will tell the world that Taraba is a tourism center, and you will come to understand that what you asked is what will prove to them at venue.
Okay, looking at Taraba as a cultural inheritage, we saw that tourism is taking a lot of center place in many places. What really is Dubai banking on? What people goes to Dubai to do is to go for tourism. How is the state government going to use culture to revive our tourism potential? We've talked about what we have in Gembu. We keep talking about potential. What we have in Ganshaka, Gunti Park, and so many other tourist attraction areas. We have a lot of mountainous areas. We have a lot of rivers. We are told that the longest stretch of River Niger is in Taraba. What is Taraba State government going to do as a special advisor to use culture in order to revive tourism in Taraba State?
The moving forward administration under the leadership of the People's Governor, His Excellency Dr. Abu Kefas. Dr. Abu Kefas has done well in his own capacity. And it remains us to see how we can bring ideas. You know, a government without ideas, without initiatives, you know, there will be no, you can never find development. So if Taraba State government will invest in culture, I think the tourism will be more bigger than this. Why I call that? First of all, let me call the attention of His Excellency, my boss, my father, the governor of Taraba State. Let him look towards this, because he personally is a traditional man. You know, a Juku man, wherever he goes, he respects cultures.
We saw in one of the events where the governor himself stood up and danced the Jukun dance.
The Jukun dance, and he danced well. So that's to tell you that if you bring ideas of culture, the governor will support it. And if we are ready to make Taraba as a tourism center, the governor is ready to support us. We need men. What kills Taraba is jealousy. Those people that have ideas, they block them. They don't want them to come forward. For me, if the governor will give me support, if the government will give me support, through the office of my commissioner, I will do the best, more than the expectation.
Are you saying that the government is not giving you support?
No, the government, let me say it now, let me tell you something. I have worked tirelessly to see how I can support this government. And I like support, seriously, I will not lie to you. But I am proud of my governor. If my governor knows that support is not coming to me, and I call his attention, so that they should come in to support this movement. Since when I started, I told you, you see my movement in Kungana, when I supported the Gara of Kungana for Puruma Cultural Festival, we done magic in that place. And sometimes, what we have is what we use to promote the government. Some people block chances because they don't want us to come close to the government. And we are ever ready to continue.
Even as a special advisor?
As a special advisor. They are afraid because You know, in this generation, when they see you with capacity, they will be thinking that you overthrown them. It's not like that. In leadership, a good leader, when he knows that you have qualities, you have ideas, experience, they will bring you close. But in Taraba, if they know that you have ideas that will make people to move forward, some people blocks your way. And that's not moving normal, as usual.
So are people blocking your way?
Some people are doing that. Some people are doing that.
So what's your call to them?
My call to them, let's come together to support this administration, because the governor needs our support. The governor appoint us not to go home and sleep and be expecting salary every ending of the month. The governor give us this position for us to rise and support him. With salary or without salary, me, I'm ever ready to work for Dr. Agbukefas to promote this administration.
Okay, let's look at this event. One of the highlights of this event is the Youth Achievement Award. What is all about the Youth Achievement Award?
The Youth Achievement Achievers Award, if you look at, we have some personalities that support youth in Taraba State. Let me use you as an example. Olainka Gabriel is one man that we respect in Taraba State. Under Taraba Business School, under Super Cash, under Super Cap, Taraba News, Sub TV, many youth have been employed. And they are getting salary every ending of the month without delay. So if we have leaders like you in Taraba State that will be empowering youth through all these initiatives, entrepreneur and other things, for them to learn skills and other things, I think Taraba will have moved forward better than this. Some people have the capacity, but they are afraid to help people. They only help their family. But when good people, we reward people, those people that you see we are going to reward them are people that carry people's along. People that wish Taraba to grow. You understand? So that's why I use you as an example, because you have more than 3,000 staffs under you that you are paying them every month. So if we can get people like this, like let me say to the founder of Buma Table Water, Natu, Next Taraba, and then all these factories that we have in Taraba State, they are helping people. They are helping our youth, because if you look at the street, some people join all these fraudsters because there is no opportunity. Assuming there is opportunity, they cannot join all these things. So I call the attention of our leaders in Taraba State. They should invest on the youth. They should invest in Taraba State so that we should get job opportunities to reduce poverty in our youth.
Okay, finally, so what's your call to people about this event? Are people showing interest to attend? Where are we expecting people from?
My show for this event, you know, when you are good, when you support people, people will support you. When you come out for people, people will definitely come out for you. Diaso is on his way from Lagos to Abuja now. He's on his flight. From Abuja, we are welcoming him by 10:30 at Ambaba Airport. And other high-ranking personalities are taking their flight to Taraba State. And we have people that are in Taraba State that are ready to attend this event because they believe in culture. They believe. One thing I want to tell you, the theme of this program is One Taraba, One People. One Taraba, One People is for us to come together. Like now, let me give you one example. Like what is happening in Karim Lamido. We are all one, and we are all one people. And Karim Lamido are one people. Why they fight? It's because there is lack of unity. But when we come together, we speak mind. We rub mind together. We unite ourselves together. See, it's not everything that the governor will come and do it for us. We have to do it to support the government, and this is the best way for us to support the government, by bringing everybody together to unite ourselves. We are the security of our own ourselves. So we have to call ourselves to bring ourselves together to unite ourselves, and that is the purpose of Taraba Cultural Day. Let us come together through culture. Let's dance, let's see, let's experience magic in that arena. That is the main reason why I hosted this program at Mumwe House Masses, because it's a cultural ground. Wherever you see those standing, you know, our ancestors, our forefathers, we are bringing them alive to see what is going on. This is not a program that we hosted in the hall. This is not a program that we hosted in the street where you can see a tie road. This is a program that needs those, so that the magic will perform well.
Thank you so much. I've been speaking to Honorable, the Special Advisor to the Governor on Culture and Tourism, and he has been talking to us about this event. And I need to let you know that Sun TV is going to cover this event live. So peradventure, you are from Taraba or you are from any part of the world, you want to know about Taraba culture, just keep gooming, stay glued to your TV station, because this event is going to come to you live. You are going to watch all that is going to happen at that event. And if you are in Taraba, we want to encourage you to visit and be at Mumuye House, Mile 6. I think tomorrow?
Yeah, on Saturday.
On Saturday, that is next tomorrow. Next tomorrow is going to be and I think this matter, it's like, has it been done before?
This is the first time to host Taraba Cultural Day.
I mean, you are going to be making history.
Sure.
Congratulations.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, viewers. I've been talking to the Special Advisor to the Governor on art and culture, who has been talking to us about the forthcoming event. Okay, let me look at other parts of the paper before we'll round up of today's event. And FGGC Jalingo in decline, student forced to write exam on floor as standards collapse. I think this is something that really needs to be looked into, and we need to look at this issue very, 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 very critically. I think the authority need to look at this. We are going to keep our eyes on what is happening at FGGC Jalingo, and we will collaborate with others to see what is actually going on at FGGC. If you look at top of that headline, it talked about the TSU Make History, Pioneer Medical Laboratory student write final council exam. Congratulations to them. We also have the issue of Namne Bridge. Abdul Mumini Iman alleged extortion at collapse Namne Bridge. Call for government intervention. This is over 15 months that bridge has collapsed, and there have been a lot of fought and fought. We learned that the federal government approved 16 billion naira for reconstruction of the Namne Bridge, and up to now, it appears nothing has been done about that place. So it's really very disheartening. So we call on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to look at this issue of Namne Bridge. We heard that the 16 billion was diverted for access road to Namne Bridge. I think the bridge is more important to everybody than any issue of access road. We also learned that Northeast Development Commission said they are going to do the bridge. A lot of lives has been lost, and a lot of things is actually happening. FMC Jalingo expands specialist care under CMD Dr. Aisha Ahmed reform. Congratulations to FMC Jalingo, and particularly we want to commend the CMD. She's a woman with capacity. She has been doing a lot to see that that hospital meets the challenge. We also have the killing by militant and burning of houses around Chachanji and Takum axis. We commend the 6th Brigade of the Nigerian Army. They've been doing a lot to see how to quench that particular ugly incident. And we call on them to do more to see that that particular thing is quenched. 5 Zenith Bank staffs in Taraba received long-standing awards. Congratulations to them. And we also have Taraba State University strengthening academic capacity as Anan build a particular project in the school. Okay, this is where we're going to end morning show this morning. I believe that you are able to follow us on some of our platform. Let's see if we have some comment and some feedback from our audios, and before we will round up what we are saying today. Okay, maybe if we have some of the comments and some of the things that our viewers are saying, we will look at them, and before we run off today's program. Okay, thank you all for joining us on today's edition of the morning show. We want to thank all our viewers who has been with us. I want to thank one of our guests who joined us at the course of this program, the special advisor to the governor on art and culture. I want to thank all members of the crew, particularly the Master Control Officer, Mr. Silas, who was the one that connected us with you this morning. Until we come your way tomorrow again from another fresh edition of the morning show. Thank you so much. God bless you, and keep watching.